Shalom, it's Unlimited God, back with another video. You saw the thumbnail. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my $1,700 one-bedroom apartment in downtown Los Angeles. By the time you're seeing this, I've already moved out of the entire country, so I'm not too worried about you guys seeing the front of my apartment. Make sure to leave a like on this video, follow my journey of moving from America to Africa by hitting that subscribe button and turn on your bell so that way you don't miss any notifications whenever I post a video or go live. And if you like the crew neck that I'm wearing, you can pick yourself up one by going to NoLimitEddie.com. Now, as you would expect, when you're paying $1,700 a month to live in an area, the streets are clean and the grass is green. Just kidding. Downtown Los Angeles was never the best place to live. But when we got here 2 years ago, it for sure was better than this. Every building is now stained with graffiti. The streets are littered with trash, poop from dogs, cats, humans, possums, and many other animals, not to mention the insane amount of homeless people camping out in the area. There's just one more thing that I want to show you up front. And that is the parking lot right here. I share this apartment with my sister, No Limit Shay, and thus we have 2 cars, yet only 1 space to park. And yes, we do pay for it $100 per month, which is actually a bargain when you consider how expensive parking citations are in the city of Los Angeles. Okay, so for me to get to my car, I had to walk anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. I didn't want my sister to have to do that, so she is the one who uses the parking spot, and that is great until it rains. Alright guys, so you guys can see the water is starting to drain now, but it was all the way up to that yellow part, and we got to come out here and do this ourselves with a mop. It's raining.
That we bought.
Right. That we bought. I gotta hold this umbrella. Yeah, it's raining now.
And I'm wet.
Literally.
Just got home from work. I had to do more work.
Right.
Alright.
And it's $1,700 a month. Almost single drain for the entire bottom row of this apartment complex parking lot. This is what was clogging it up, like all the leaves. This is actually the mop that we used. They reached out to maintenance in attempts to get them to clear the drain for us, and it was to no avail. They basically weren't going to come out to do that, so we had to do it ourselves with the mop that we purchased. Now you see this drain right here is meant to take the water from this upper level and funnel it, you see how it's a slant, into that drain there. So for sure this whole bottom row all drains into that one drain. Okay, so right now we're here in the living room, all right? So with there being 2 people in here, but only 1 bedroom, I mean, I use this as my bedroom. Of course, I used to have a bed frame and everything like that. Do that out already. This right here was where my table was. I did all my computer work right here. If you've been watching any of my live streams, you know this was an infamous background. At first, it had the green screen going across it. Now it is just plain Jane. My desk is going to give that to my mom. Then I also had this station right here, which was like my shipping and packing station for all of my Etsy orders. So this right here was where I was running my online business right here. I have a course. It's now linked in the description of this video. A lot of people want to know how I was able to afford living in downtown Los Angeles, having a good, cool car, and not necessarily struggling throughout the whole pandemic. One of the reasons was I was selling on Etsy. So go ahead and check out that course linked in the description. But yeah, so this right here is the living room. I only have 2 complaints about this living room. My first complaint is this heater right here. It just never worked, first and foremost. It's never worked. And it had this wire just hanging out of it. And then it just had this huge wire just hanging out. And it never really seemed safe to me. That's why I just have these pile of clothes on it for now. My second complaint is with this fan. So the only way you can get this fan on is by hitting this. Now the problem is when you hit this, not only does the fan come on, the light comes on as well. It's extremely annoying because sometimes you want the air from the fan while you're sleeping during a summer night. But if you want the air from the fan, you also have to deal with the light as well. So that kind of gets annoying. Other times you just want the light, but you don't want the fan to be on. It did come with this remote, but this remote does absolutely nothing. Yeah, it blinks, but it won't come on. Put it to high. Medium, low, light. See, you're supposed to be able to turn a light on or pause it, or it does nothing. So this you guys always ask what that was for. It was for that. Actually, my favorite part of the entire apartment was these big windows. So you had a pretty cool view, which is interesting. Now here is the closet, which I can say is really a decent size. I like the fact that it had its own door, so you could actually close it off. This is where we put like our dirty clothes in. It came with a cool rack to hang your clothes on, and it also had a built-in shelf, which wraps pretty much around the entire closet. The only con I had with this closet was it's the only one in the entire apartment, because the bedroom unit itself is far too small for a closet. All right, now this right here is the I don't know room. Right now, when we first moved into here, we were told that it was a washer dryer hookup. Basically, it turns out that no, you can't fit a washer and dryer in here. We found it out after my dad went ahead and purchased us a washer and dryer set from Home Depot, and they started to deliver it and realized, yo, it's not going to fit in here, and it's also not the right hookups. We ended up using this as a pet room instead. Our cat litter box here, which I'm super excited to be moving because now my cat can go back outside. I hate litter in my house. And then we just had like a pee pad here. We got a pee pad here for Oreo, just in case we didn't want to take him out. He can just come in here and do what he has to do. The one cool thing about it was that I did have a door, which is cool because you can just close it when you're cooking. Boom, boom, boom. You don't have to worry about dealing with the smell of litter and everything like that. And it also did have a light as well. Yeah, so we paid $1,700 a month for a one-bedroom apartment, and we still have to go and pay for our laundromat every week because we can't have a washer and dryer within our unit. It's a great value if you ask me. In fact, it's such a great value that we have people lined up outside to get on in on this offer. People oftentimes tell me, Eddie, you have one of the most desired buildings in LA. People are legit camped outside of it just to get in. You would leave all this to go to Africa? And to that, I say yes. And when these people do get into the building, which they do quite often, they leave beer bottles here, throw up here, pee right here, poop right there, and right now we're in the dopest spot in the entire house, and that is the bathroom. Right now, the dopest feature of the dopest part of the house is the shower head. I almost messed up right there, but it's a shower head. All right, now this shower head is dope because it actually comes straight from the ceiling. So today is November 20th. This has to be the 4th or the 5th time that this has happened. Since we moved in here, we've only been in here not even a full year yet. It won't be a full year until March, April. What day is it? This is June 30th. A couple hours later, the same day. And as we're cleaning up, we noticed that the floor basically has risen up, assumably, and you can see it right here, and like it's chipped off kind of assumably from the water that was overflowing and overpouring. The only thing that I don't like about that shower head is that you don't control, when it comes on. It kind of just does it at random. And it also is a little bit expensive, as you would expect, a shower that comes from the ceiling, it's a little bit expensive because you got to throw away, a lot of toilet tissue and different toiletries that you have in the bathroom because it's now soaked with unknown water, and no, that doesn't get taken out of the rent or you don't get compensated for the items that you have to replace. You know what I mean? It's a part of the game. But in all seriousness, it did happen a whole lot. And they pretty much, really didn't do anything to really fix the solution, to really fix the problem and find the solution. It was just quick patches. A lot of times they would just come in and just not even clean it up and just leave a mess all over the floor. This right here is where we used to put our incense on. That's why kind of like a little bit of stain right there. With the way this apartment is, man, we're really not even caring about cleaning it up, and we don't even expect you to deposit back because they do a lot of games here. This right here, we never really use this, but I believe it's meant to hold towels. Same as this, it's meant to hold towels. Shower was actually pretty cool. I like how they had like the subway tiles. It was actually pretty dope to me. And the shower head was pretty decent as well. It had a lot of water pressure. So overall, this shower wasn't too bad. This right here is the bedroom that we're paying for, $1,700 a month, right? This right here is a queen size bed frame, and you can see it's taking up pretty much the entire room. There's a little bit of room right here, and pretty much no room right here. And this just gives you a size of the room. Now, I like that it does have a lot of windows in this room, so kind of like a panoramic view of the city, which is cool. The biggest con about this room is this right here. So as I mentioned, the bathroom was leaking a lot of water from the ceiling, and it ended up causing the wood to rot up and come up from all the water. I wouldn't be surprised if there's mold underneath this floor because of how much water was in there. But it also caused damage to this wall right here. As you can see, even after they sealed it up, you can see that still more water damage there. They never actually came to, like I said they would, to paint the wall and to replace the crown molding. So you see this crown molding here, but then it just stops right here. There's also a pretty huge gap right here in between the wall and the wood. that no one ever came to fix either. So basically she would just have her dresser here to avoid having to look at this pretty disgusting wall. This is a 1-bedroom, pretty small joint. You know, I don't even know how many steps. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically 5 steps and you are at the other side of the room. Pretty small, came with a drawer, which is nice. Of course, there's no closet in here. All right, now I told you I was gonna show you the damage. Let's get on in here. This is my finger in between the wood board, guys. See, very huge crack. So the water ended up, like, it did this so much and so often that, like, right here is a huge dent. Like, you see, I can't move my hand, but I can slide it down, but I can't move it up. So it actually just ruined the flooring all in the kitchen. You can see another huge gap on this one here, another huge gap on this one. It got so wet, it got soaked. And so it basically rose the whole floor up and started splitting into wood boards. On camera, when you get in close, you can see all of that. Multiple requests for property management and they pretty much did nothing. They sent a couple people out. They just measured the floor, left, said I'll be back, never came back. And therefore the floor was just left like that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find some way to say, oh, we gotta use your deposit to fix the flooring or one thing or another. This place did come with a lot of storage, which I did like. So storage here, and then storage all right here as well. Big farmer sink. This had the one where you can pull out. Check it out. It had the 2 little ways. I like the countertops. Really cool, really solid countertops. This is a good thing. I also like the fact that it came with a refrigerator and a oven. This was my favorite part because it saved us some money. We didn't have to buy an oven, we didn't have to buy a refrigerator, which is dope. I don't like the fact that the water heater is just sitting out in the open like this. It just kind of seems, you know, like, I prefer them to have put it somewhere else. Also, the weak part about this part is the counter space. It's not very much counter space on this side. It's like to cut stuff and to store stuff, it's not very much room. So I didn't like that. I would have liked a little bit more storage space. But again, this is a 1-bedroom apartment, not that much room, not that much space. More storage though, more storage above here, which is really dope. So it had a lot of storage and it came with one of these, which is dope. My childhood house didn't have one, so I'm just happy to have had one of these at least once in my life. Right here is where we would put the pet water right here. They had a like a fountain, so you plug it into electricity and then it just keeps the water flowing out, which is something that this little boy, look at him running. Look at him. Turn around. There he is right here. This cat loves to drink out of the fountain. Boom, 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 boom. Quick rundown, all right? I paid $1,700 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment and a parking space. We have no washer or dryer in our unit or in the entire apartment building. Our bathroom is leaking strange, mysterious brown water onto our bathroom, and our kitchen floor to the point where the kitchen floor is literally separating and filling up. There's no working heater. There's literally a homeless encampment outside of my back door and I have to walk 5 to 7 minutes each time I want to get to my car. And oftentimes I go ahead and walk all the way to my car just to find $100 worth of tickets placed on there. On top of all that, the streets are filled with poop from animals and humans alike. Now this has been my American experience, particularly living in Los Angeles, California. Now, if you want to see my experience moving to the continent of Africa, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notifications, turn it on to all so you don't miss any of my videos. Because either I'm going to fail or I'm going to succeed massively. Either way, you're going to want to tune into the channel to see that. Be sure to text the word E-Team to the number you see on the screen because I will send you out a direct text message whenever I post a video or go live. All right, that way you don't have to rely on YouTube sending out notifications. Other than that, man, merch is available at NoLimit80.com. Go ahead and check it out. Buy yourself something, buy your brother something, your uncle something, your girlfriend something. Buy something for somebody. Oreo's in there making a mess. Either way, I gotta go. See you guys in the next one. Peace.